Hello, my name is Chimwemwe Kumwenda from Malawi. I'm a Rotary Peace Fellow at Duke UNC Rotary Peace Center, and I'm doing my Master of Public Health in Maternal and Child Health at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I'm a medical doctor and I volunteer at Dzaleka Refugee Camp, Malawi's largest refugee camp. During my work, I've realized that there are a lot of avoidable differences that exist in health outcomes and access to health care globally, especially among women and children. There's a lot of work that has to be done in reducing these health disparities. In this video, I'll discuss one of the overlooked needs of girls and women in humanitarian settings, that is menstrual hygiene management, or MHM. Over 30 million women and girls around the world are displaced due to conflicts or disasters, and these women face numerous challenges, including poor MHM. Join me as I discuss why we must prioritize MHM in humanitarian settings and the actions we can take to make sure that these girls' and women's needs are fully met. Menstrual hygiene management is about making sure that women and girls manage their menses privately, safely, and hygienically. Unfortunately, girls in humanitarian settings do not have adequate MHM. So how do we ensure that their MHM needs are fully met? You're probably wondering why we must focus on managing menstruation when there are a lot of other needs that have to be met during a crisis. Here's a story of an African refugee girl called Fatima. Fatima is a 13-year-old girl living in the Dadaab refugee complex in Kenya. She is one of the 245,000 refugees who fled Somalia to live in Dadaab. Fatima, who lives with her family, had her first period at the settlement. She had no idea what was happening. No one had explained to her what to do. She remembers that day as sad and shameful. To worsen this situation, menstrual supplies in the camp like water, pads, and toilets were not easily accessible. Approximately 30 million girls and women around the world are displaced and are facing the same challenges as Fatima. They have little knowledge of the changes in their bodies, as discussing menstruation is a social taboo. They lack adequate menstrual pads and have to use old rags to catch their menstrual flow. In addition, they find themselves in overcrowded camps and informal settlements, which often lack private and safe toilets for changing menstrual materials. These challenges force these girls and women to stay away from normal activities, including school. This consequently leaves them at risk of infections, sexual violence, and stigmatization. Despite MHM being an important issue concerning girls and women in emergency settings, it has received low attention by humanitarian responders. Provision of fundamental human requirements such as shelter, food, and medicines is prioritized. Other needs such as safe menstrual hygiene management are often overlooked. The big question is, how do we strengthen MHM for sustainable positive peace? Positive peace is about ensuring the absence of this social injustice, which is an indirect violence. The Nobel Peace Center decided to use an ongoing upgrade and construction site to promote dialogue around the issue of menstruation and to create awareness about the stigma and shame linked to girls' and women's health. We can also do the same and use every opportunity we have. In our efforts to build peace, we have to pay attention to these girls' silent voices and neglected needs. Working towards positive peace requires us to look at the bigger societal picture, including the living conditions of civilians affected by conflict and war. What actions should we take? Actions should take a holistic approach and address the three components of MHM. Challenge number 1, lack of information. We need to address myths surrounding menstruation and provide clear information on good hygiene practices. The following strategies have shown to be effective. The use of health centers. Health centers are important access points for women and girls to access information on MHM. Information should be integrated into existing health promotion as well as sexual and reproductive health education activities. This would have an additional benefit of preventing early and unplanned pregnancies among adolescents. The use of schools. Schools are important formal avenues for MHM promotion. We need to incorporate MHM into learning materials for children in humanitarian settings. The use of radio. Radio has shown to be an effective tool for mass behavior change and awareness. It has a broad reach and it is low cost. Challenge number 2, lack of access to basic menstrual materials. We need to provide women with the skills and equipment to sew reusable pads. This will ensure sustainability and promote capacity building. Challenge number 3, lack of private and safe spaces. We need to ensure provision of facilities that make women feel comfortable to use. This includes building female-friendly toilets that allow menstruating girls and women to change, dispose, wash, and dry menstrual materials. The following examples of MHM innovations in the Rohingya refugee camp located in Bangladesh may provide a useful guide. A covered drainage so that blood cannot be detected flowing from a drain. Water and soap inside a cubicle to wash blood off hands or clothing. A waste bin inside the toilet for discreet disposal of menstrual materials. In order for us to succeed and ensure that menstrual hygiene needs of women and girls are properly addressed, we need to work together, collaborate with other humanitarian responders, and include the voices of girls and women in designing and implementing MHM programs. According to the International Federation of the Red Cross, women and girls around the world are the core foundations of families and social life. Undermining their confidence and dignity results in undermining entire communities and their future. Periods don't stop during a crisis. It is time for the humanitarian sector, which includes you and me, to take immediate action. The 30 million displaced girls and women are looking up to us. Menstrual hygiene needs to be prioritized in every humanitarian action. After this fellowship, I plan to help support effective implementation of MHM at Sadeka Refugee Camp. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the Rotary International, Duke UNC Rotary Peace Center, and my sponsor district, Rotary District 5110, for the opportunity to be among other peace builders and be involved in promoting human dignity. Special thanks should go to Sharon Henrich of Rotary Club of Gaston Breakfast, North Carolina, for her generous support that has enabled me to pursue my passion in peace building. Together, we are on the path to recognizing these girls' silent voices and meeting their neglected needs. And I hope you will join us. Thank you.